All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Under Sheriff Andrew Walsh with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and I want to start by thanking Clark County Fire Department Deputy Fire Chief and Fire Marshal Wayne Daly and City of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Assistant Chief Sherry Shoup, who will join us here today. As our community prepares to celebrate Independence Day and the 250th anniversary of American independence, our message is simple. Enjoy the holiday and celebrate responsibly. This holiday weekend will bring thousands of residents and visitors together for events across Southern Nevada for the 4th of July festivities, including First Friday in downtown Las Vegas, activities along the Las Vegas Strip, and various community celebrations throughout the entire valley. As first responders, we want everyone to have a safe and enjoyable holiday while making responsible decisions to protect themselves, their families, and their neighbors. And one of our biggest public safety concerns, as we say every year at this podium, remains the use of illegal fireworks in our community. And to be clear, fireworks purchased outside of Clark County or fireworks that have not been inspected and approved by local fire officials pose a significant danger to our community and are illegal. Every year, we come to this podium and send the same message, but every year, year in and year out, fireworks cause serious injuries, fire, property damage, and place an unnecessary burden on the first responders in our community. Our enforcement efforts so far this year have yielded almost 20,000 pounds of illegal fireworks. Our enforcement efforts reflect the seriousness of this issue. As in years past, we are dedicating extra personnel and resources throughout the holiday period. And I want to be clear, Metro and your first responder community will continue our enforcement efforts against illegal fireworks throughout 2026 and beyond. Our residents should remember that only the fireworks purchased that say safe and sane, approved by Clark County officials, are what are legal in our community. If a firework leaves the ground, explodes in the air, or was purchased outside of Clark County, it is likely illegal. If you witness illegal fireworks, we ask you to use the 311 system and not tie up the 911 emergency lines. We also want to remind parents and guardians that the juvenile curfews will be enforced throughout the summer break. Along the Las Vegas Strip and around the Fremont Street experience, it is unlawful for anyone under the age of 18 to be present between the hours of 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. during summer vacation unless they are accompanied by a parent or a legal guardian. Parents should know where their teenagers are spending their time. Curfew violations can result in enforcement action and other consequences. We encourage families to discuss their expectations for allowing their children to go out. In addition, this year, First Friday will take place on July 3rd in downtown Las Vegas, and Metro will have extra resources and a highly visible posture in that community. Officers will conduct proactive patrols and maintain a strong presence throughout the entire event to ensure public safety and send a clear message that criminal activity will not be tolerated. Across the entire valley, we have a comprehensive operational plan in place for all major events occurring throughout the holiday weekend. Residents should know that while officers are assigned to First Friday in downtown, the Las Vegas Strip throughout the weekend, and will be present at other holiday events, this will not reduce our ability to respond to emergency calls and safely police your neighborhoods. We have allocated resources accordingly to ensure that public safety, which is always our top priority, is maintained throughout this holiday weekend. We will be able to respond to emergencies when they occur. Finally, LVMPD will be conducting DUI enforcement throughout the weekend. And at this moment, it's a good time for me to share that, so far this year, we have 30 fewer fatalities on our roadways. And that's has a lot to do with the messaging that we've done, the messaging coming from the media. So we appreciate that, but the DUI enforcement is going to continue throughout the weekend. Because the goal is not simply the enforcement piece, it's the prevention. And so far this year, as with the combined efforts of all of the first responders in our community, we've been able to reduce traffic fatalities on our roadways. We want these tragedies not to occur. We want to do the prevention piece prior to them happening. So please plan ahead, use a designated driver, use a rideshare service or a taxi. Our officers will be actively present on the roadways looking for impaired drivers throughout the weekend. The choices that people make over holiday weekends like this matter. One poor decision involving illegal fireworks, impaired driving, or other reckless and irresponsible behavior can have life-changing consequences for families, neighborhoods, and the community. We want our residents and visitors alike to enjoy this historic holiday weekend, celebrate responsibly, create lasting memories, but most importantly, return home to your loved ones safely. On behalf of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and Sheriff Kevin McMahill, we want to wish you all a safe and happy Independence Day weekend. Now it is my pleasure to invite Clark County Fire Marshal Deputy Chief Wayne Daly to provide details on the role of Clark County Fire Department during this holiday weekend.
Good afternoon. I'm Deputy Fire Chief Wayne Daly with the Fire Marshal of Clark County Fire Department. We want everyone to enjoy a happy and safe 4th of July as we all celebrate 250 years of our great nation, and that starts with making good decisions. Safe and sane fireworks are the only type that are allowed in our community, and they're only allowed during the period of June 28th through July 4th. Those safe and sane fireworks can be purchased at dozens of inspected and permitted fireworks booths throughout the Las Vegas Valley. They will sell the safe and sane fireworks that have been tested and inspected by the Valley Fire Departments. They're generally stay low to the ground, don't fly through the sky, and don't explode. The risks of the illegal fireworks that make their way into our valley every year pose serious risks to our homes and are a cause of some of our outdoor fires as well. Not to mention that the loud reports that these illegal fireworks have produce undue stress for our pets and members of our community who are sensitive to noise. The 4th of July is one of the busiest nights of the year for the fire departments. Every year, the Clark County Fire Department alone runs more than 200 fire-related calls on Independence Day. That's nearly 10 times the amount we see on an average day. We see an incredible increase in the outdoor fires, and not a year goes by without a ton of reports of explosions as well. And it's not just the fire calls. As you know, CCFD and the local fire departments around the valley run hundreds of EMS calls every day, but what we see on the 4th of July is a notable increase in burn injuries. The vast majority of these incidents are the result of people's choices and actions. Please choose wisely and act in the best interests of your family, friends, and neighbors. And now I'll introduce Assistant Fire Chief Sherry Shoup to talk about fireworks safety.
Thank you, Chief Daly. I'm Assistant Chief Sherry Shoup. I'm the Fire Marshal for the City of Las Vegas. I can only add on to what these gentlemen have already said. We're all about safety. That's our priority, our combined priority for everyone in the community this weekend. We want you to celebrate and have a great time and get through the weekend safely and celebrate the 250th birthday of our country together. I can tell you a few things. I've been working in the fire department for 24 years, and I'm aware of some really serious injuries and problems that come from illegal fireworks. But it's important to remember that safe and sane fireworks can cause injuries too, just by mishandling them. So I've got a few things that I can tell you about how to be safe with those. Chief Daly mentioned that it's important to buy here in the Valley. So the safe and sane fireworks that are purchased here in the Valley are tested every single year by the local departments. The booths have permits. All of the booth operators have been trained. Even more importantly, they're your community members. They're charities and fundraising organizations from your own community. So when you buy from the Safe and Sane booths, you're supporting your own community. And there's over 200 of them to choose from in the Valley this year. All have permits, all currently selling right now. So fireworks are going off now. So to be safe with the Safe and Sane fireworks, I have a few pointers. Number one, It's always important to have a responsible adult present and paying attention to what's going on, helping everybody keep everything safe without getting out of control. Keep a bucket, at least half full of water, and even better, a garden hose that's hooked up and ready to go should you need a water supply. When you set out the fireworks to use them, put them on flat, clear ground, clean of combustibles like bare ground or your driveway. Keep combustibles 10 to 20 feet away. That's anything that would burn or catch fire if it gets near the fireworks. Another pointer that the undersheriff made also, fireworks are illegal after 4th of July. That includes safe and sane fireworks. So 1 minute after midnight, when it turns to July 5th, any fireworks are illegal to use in the valley. Lots of people like to go camping 4th of July weekend too, so we're here to remind you that fireworks are not permitted in our national parks and recreation areas. That includes Lake Mead, Mount Charleston, the Spring Mountains, and Red Rock Recreation Center. We have an extreme fire risk out in those areas right now, and people that get caught with fireworks out there can stay very stiff penalties. There's another great choice. There's a good alternative for you. Alternative is let the pros be the launching of the fireworks. We're going to have shows almost every weekend for this entire summer, every single weekend. So City of Las Vegas and Clark County do a really good job of letting you know when and where those fireworks shows are going to be. So enjoy them. Go out and see the giant public displays. 4th of July, there's going to be a lot of them all over the valley. Take advantage of it. Use those. We're going to ask you to help us help you as well. So keep your first responders available for emergency responses. Like the undersheriff said, please use 311 to call and report illegal fireworks. If you've got activity going on in your neighborhood, you need to let us know. Dial 311 and save 911 for the actual emergencies. And I can wrap up with a few words about pets. Pets, they don't know what's going on. 4th of July, they don't know what the explosions are. They don't know what the noise is. It's terrifying for them. It's the night that we have the most runaways that never make it home for the whole year. Thing that you can do to help keep your pets safe and make sure that they have the best chance of getting returned, make sure their collars are in good shape, that their license tags and their implants, their microchips, are registered and current, and that the current address and phone number is recorded with them so that if they do get out and they're gone, we have the best way of getting them back to you. Take them on a walk or play with them in the morning. Take that nervous edge of energy off so that they're ready to rest later in the day. And when it starts to get dark out and you hear those first pops start going off, secure them in the house. Keep them in the house so they're safe and there's no chance for them to run away and lose your precious family member. I'd like to close by thanking Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and Clark County Fire Department for their leadership in keeping the valley safe. Every year we have a wonderful collaboration going for many years now, all working together to try to keep a safe party going for this weekend. I want to thank everybody especially who's going to be working this next weekend and wish you all a safe and successful weekend. Thank you. I'd like to bring the undersheriff back to the podium.
All right, with that, those are our comments. If there are any questions, we can take a few questions now.
Can you tell us what happens?
Okay.
Sorry. Can you tell us what happens after somebody calls 311? How is that reported? Will Metro show up to a scene like that, or how are those?
Yeah, depending on the information, the question is if people call 311, what can they expect? So. It's just the same type of process as when you call 911, except it's just not an emergency. So the call gets created. If it's deemed that it requires an officer's response, which in this case most often they will, fireworks calls typically to come in a batch for a particular area. So the call taker, is similar to what a 911 operator would do, is just prioritizes the call, and then it goes into the queue, so to speak, for the dispatcher to assign an officer to a call. It's just prioritized in a different way than a 911 call.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. Have a safe weekend.